Hey, can you help me with something? It was a simple question from a friend on a normal Thursday. I was standing in the hallway at work, just about to go home. My bag was packed. My mind was tired. Then she asked, "Could you please help me finish this report? Just for 1 hour?" And of course, I smiled and said, "Yes." Even though I had no energy left, even though I had promised myself an early night. Why? Because I didn't want her to think I was rude. Because I didn't want to disappoint her. But that small yes, it stayed with me. Later that night, when I sat in front of my laptop, my body was working. But my heart felt heavy. Not because of the report, but because I had ignored my own needs. I said yes to her, but I had said no to myself. Why is it so hard to say no? It's just one word, 2 letters, a single breath. But somehow, it feels like the hardest word in the world. Maybe you felt it too. You want to say no, but your mouth says yes. You want to rest, but you agree to help. You want to relax on Sunday, but you say yes to lunch, to favors, to calls, to plans. Why? Because we are afraid. Afraid of being seen as lazy. Afraid of hurting feelings. Afraid that people won't like us. And more than anything, we feel guilty. Saying no makes us feel like we've done something wrong, like we've failed someone. But here's a truth I wish I learned earlier. Saying no doesn't make you unkind. It makes you honest. Let's talk about what really happens when you always say yes. You become the helpful one, the reliable one, the always there one. But inside, you're tired, you're stressed, you're stretched too thin. You stop doing things that bring you joy. You cancel your gym sessions. You stay up late. You delay your own dreams. All because someone else needed something. And at first, you think it's okay. But then, it starts to build. You start feeling frustrated, overwhelmed, disconnected. And soon you realize you're not really helping anymore. You're just surviving. And slowly, you lose the peace, the freedom, the space to breathe. All because yes became your default. There was a day I'll never forget. It was my niece's birthday. She asked me to bake cupcakes for her school. I love her deeply. Of course, I said yes. But that same week, my boss gave me a massive deadline. I had to work overtime every day. Still, I tried to do both. I worked all day. I baked all night. And by Friday morning, I was exhausted. No sleep, no joy, no energy left. And when I gave her the cupcakes, she smiled. But all I could think was, I am not okay. That day, I realized something important. When I say yes to everything, I start giving nothing my best. I start breaking, bit by bit. Here's what changed everything for me. I learned about boundaries. Not walls, not cold silence, but clear, kind, honest boundaries. A boundary is a way of saying, this is what I can do. This is what I can't do right now. And I still care about you. It's a way to protect your time, to protect your health, to protect your peace. Saying no doesn't mean, I don't love you. It means, I love you and I also love myself. At first it felt strange, like I was breaking some rule. But slowly, it felt good. I started sleeping better. I had time to think, time to rest, time to just breathe. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to shout. You don't have to feel guilty. You just need the right words. Here are some soft, gentle ways to say no. I'd love to help, but I have too much on my plate right now. That sounds great, but I'm not available this week. Thanks for thinking of me, but I need to rest today. You see, each sentence is calm, clear, kind. You don't have to give big reasons. You don't have to explain everything. You are allowed to protect your space. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to say no with love. It's not about pushing people away. It's about being honest, and people respect honesty. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. Let's be real. Sometimes after we say no, we feel something strange. A voice in our head says, "Was I too direct? Do they still like me? Maybe I should have said yes." That's the guilt talking. It's normal. It happens to almost everyone. But here's what I do now. I take a deep breath and I ask myself, did I say it kindly? Did I speak with respect? If the answer is yes, then I let the guilt go. Guilt is not always a sign of doing wrong. Sometimes it's just the old habit of always pleasing people. You are learning something new now. You are growing. So be gentle with yourself. There's something beautiful about no. Because every time you say no, you say yes to something else. To your peace, to your time, to your family, to your rest, to your joy. Last weekend, I said no to a party invite. I had worked all week. I needed silence. I needed nature. So I stayed home. I walked in the park. I listened to music. I watched the sky turn orange at sunset. And do you know what I felt? Peace. And not just peace, but also pride. I had honored myself. I had listened to my heart. And that yes was the best one I gave all week. Some people think boundaries are mean. That saying no will hurt relationships. But here's the truth. Healthy relationships need boundaries. Just like a garden needs a fence. Not to keep love out, but to keep it safe. When you are clear with your time, with your energy, with your needs, you create space for true connection. You stop pretending. You stop saying yes with a fake smile. You stop building quiet resentment. Instead, you build trust because the people around you know you're speaking your truth. And truth is where love can grow. Think about this. Your time is like a gift. When you say yes to something, you are giving your minutes, your hours, your precious energy. So before you say yes, ask yourself, do I really want to do this? Do I have space for this today? Will this help me or hurt me? You don't have to rush. You don't have to decide right away. You can say, let me check my schedule. Can I get back to you tomorrow? I need a moment to think about that. That pause gives you power. You are not a robot, you are a human, and your time matters. At first, saying no feels scary. Your voice might shake, your heart might race. But like any skill, it gets easier with practice. Start small. Say no to things that don't feel right. Say no to plans that exhaust you. Say no to requests that don't fit your values. And each time, you get stronger. You'll begin to notice something. People start to respect your space. They stop asking for too much. They begin to understand your rhythm. Because you have changed. Your voice has changed. And that change is powerful. So let's end with this. When you say no to others, you are saying yes to yourself. And that yes is the beginning of something beautiful. More rest, more peace, more energy, more you. You deserve a life that feels like yours, not one shaped by guilt, not one full of silent yes replies, but one with purpose, one with truth. So next time someone asks for your time, pause, breathe, and choose what's true for you. Say no with kindness, say no with love, and feel proud. Because you're learning to protect what matters most, you.